So I got into the Jonestown Massacre, as a lot of people did, the documentary Dig 10 years ago. My buddy Dave made me watch it. Been into them huge ever since. Some of my favorite music ever created. My first show lived up to it, the craziness at the Commodore. You can do your research and check out what happened in 2007. Anton was in a sort of stream of consciousness mode, didn't know how to edit this thing, so I just didn't edit it. Real time, let's have a look, here we go.
I don't want a GMO in my latte.
Fire it up.
Okay, got it. Rolling.
Recording?
Yeah.
Okay,
Action.
One, two, three.
Yes, babe.
Hey everybody out there, we are once again in the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver with one of my favorite recording artists of all time, the always inventive, creative, prolific Anton Newcombe of the Jonestown Massacre. Say hi to everybody out there.
Oh.
Boom, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for making the time and being here. Welcome back to Canada.
Thanks.
And more importantly, welcome back to Vancouver.
Thanks, eh?
I don't know if you're aware, but it's been 9 long years since that September 2007 show. Local lore went down in infamy. We were there. I've traveled to Seattle twice to see you since then in the hiatus. Everybody's pumped tonight. 3-hour set coming up.
Yeah, it'll be good.
You want to clear the air about that 2007 show? Any comments, memories? You want to talk about what happened that night?
Well, you know what? There was like no photography thing, and somebody threw a bottle right at my face, and it happened to shatter on the mic stand. Luckily, it blinked, and as a reaction, I called him a nigger faggot. And you know when you say something that's like off the cuff, that's really like the most hurtful words you can think of saying, like it had nothing to do with anybody's orientation or their race. See, I couldn't identify anybody specifically if I could even guess their orientation.
Yeah, you were just so pissed off you went straight to the...
So in hindsight, you know, I would love to say, well, I should have, could have, or would have, you know, but that's just the reality of it. So I just think that was bullshit on the part of somebody trying to get me in head with a bottle.
Yeah. More
so than me being ashamed of a homo, you know, shouting homophobic, racial slurs, derogatory terms, because, but I mean, so, you know, I only responded to that crap on YouTube because the person that actually did that posted it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that person, basically, it says more about them than it does me.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically that person, fuck yourself, man. I hope you're fucking one of your Nikes with your foot washes up in someplace in DC. Basically,
nice reference.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, let's put the negativity behind because the music was incredible that night.
Well, it isn't negativity because I'm articulate and honest. See?
No, I know, but
why is it negative on my part? Somebody threw a ball at my head.
No, I just mean the negativity.
I apologize only for, you know, I mean...
You don't need to apologize.
It's over.
Exactly.
You're here now and ready to rock. So, I'd love to pick your brain. Let's take you back to maybe the early 90s. I don't know about the formation of the BJM, but I want to talk to you about getting started and getting going. You as a young artist, ambitious, creative. I brought your very first physical release, maybe to jog your memory.
Yeah.
The She Made Me 7-inch. Just talk about that time, maybe. What are those memories for you like, being hungry and trying to get started?
Well, I'm trying to remember if that's actually the first one. It probably is.
I think it is. Bomb 1992. So, talk about that time. Was it tough to get a deal? Tough to get a physical release?
No, because my goal wasn't really to have a deal.
Or just to get your music going.
Well, you know, I used to send demo tapes with no address on them specifically to record companies because I thought it was funny because the music was such shit.
Yeah.
You know.
And there's no way of them getting a hold of you?
Well, I mean, by the first times we were playing, it was like every single A&R person in the universe trying to go, I want to make you the next Kurt Cobain or whatever. And to me, Kurt Cobain was a tremendous drug because I had already been into post-punk bands, you know. Like, the reality of punk turning into some bullshit, some asshole sitting outside of Tim Hortons joke. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a sign or something, right? In Vancouver here. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, whoa, way to go punk rock, dude.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, there's probably
like 40 years later, 50 years later, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A big whatever. So, but that whole post-punk thing, you know, I never took it serious because I was like that when I was like 12 and 13, like Kurt Cobain, you know.
Yeah.
Not as, obviously not as talented as they went. But
Yeah.
the same exact deal, I guess.
Okay, so
You know, but I never took it serious till he blew his brains out right after he covered Man Who Sold the World. Because when he covered Man Who Sold the World acoustically on that,
yeah,
Unplugged.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
yeah, you like that?
Well, you know, it's very difficult for certain things. You know, there's a Canadian artist, Tess Parks, right? And
Yeah, you're working with her now.
Her and I have a record, and when we play live, we do 5 to 1, and she sings it, and she owns it.
Oh, nice.
But anybody else,
Who does the solo in that song?
Hogan does, but it's
Nice.
it's maddening.
I love that solo.
We play exactly like them, but when it's just like small, good-looking Canadian girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just really amazing because she absolutely owns the song, her voice and everything, and you know what I mean. It's not a cover. It's
Yeah.
like a living and it's just rare when you can do that sometimes. You know what I mean? We've known about people, you know, obviously Frank Sinatra and all these guys. That was their whole game is just owning other people's
Yeah.
songs. You know.
Yeah.
It was Cole Porter or whoever. It was like, no, this is the definitive version, whether it's Billie Holiday or whoever you want to say.
Yeah, I think that's something missing in rock bands, modern rock bands set is the cover. Don't be ashamed of
Well, it isn't
playing
that,
well.
you know.
I don't know, I like seeing covers.
See, I just wanted her to do it because I wanted to see the song 5 to 1 live.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Well, he's notoriously absolutely hammered when he did that vocal take, wasn't he?
It doesn't matter. The message is more true today. It was.
Almost every time I
No,
get a
listen to me.
paycheck.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
They brainwashed all the kids in the 90s because they outnumbered the man by so many. You see, all the kids in the 60s, the baby boomers, right, after the war or whatever, you know, those kids
Yeah.
outnumbered the establishment 5 to 1.
5 to 1,
That's what
yeah.
that song's about.
Yeah.
Their children of those atomic families outnumbered all of them
Yeah.
by like 15 to 1. So they split everybody up into these like, oh, here's Zach De La Roca with his fake revolution. Here's hip hop. No, you got to listen to Guns N' Roses. And they did it with the media and the mainstream, the radio, and they did it with the MTVs and Much Music. And they just channeled everybody. Where in the 60s, everybody listened to everything. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a youth culture.
Okay.
So now the millennials outnumber everybody. There's so many of those kids. There's so many fucking kids.
Yeah.
Way more than the establishment. And they don't care about anything. They don't care about nothing except for like jacking off on Snack Shack or Snack Shack.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it
Well,
is.
I was gonna
I call it chap snap.
5 to 1, I always,
Snatch Shack.
whenever I get
whatever
my
the fuck they
paycheck.
call it, you know? It's just
Yeah.
like, screw that, a bunch of hosers. You know what a hoser is?
Yeah. It was Bob and Doug McKenzie.
No. A hoser was back during the Depression era.
Oh, yeah.
It's those guys that you catch with a hose stealing your gas from your car.
Oh, really? Yeah. You fucking
Take off your
hosers.
hose, you're a bum.
No, there's the line in 5 to 1, trade in your hours for a handful of dimes. I just always.
Well, you know what that
feel
is. That's Ballroom Dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the chicks, when they couldn't make any money, they would go dance in these ballrooms at
Yeah.
10 cents a dance.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that's what it was.
I just
you would
feel
dance
like it's
you would do
working.
8-hour shift dancing with these guys
Yeah.
while they're trying to squeeze your ass in Cotton Field.
Did not know that.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
ballroom dances, all these ballrooms. That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in one of them right here.
That's what this used to be.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Okay, so shortly after that came out, you did your incredible 1996 trilogy of albums. You've been releasing constantly ever since. We've had one of your friends on the show, acquaintance Alex from Dirty Beaches.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he told a great story on our show about you offering free time at your
Yeah.
studio in
I
Berlin.
love him.
Yeah, awesome music. Dirty Beaches is no longer though, but he's still making music.
Last Lizard.
Yeah, I just want to talk about, now that you've been in Berlin for 9 years, how many albums or songs are you sitting on at a time, just with your creativity? Like, how many do you have in the
I
at one
make them
point?
all. I make them all up. But when I left to go on tour, I use up everything.
Yeah.
Unless somebody finds something else, like it talks me into it. See, I also create music just for me. I create music every day.
Yeah.
But before I left, I wrote 45 songs like in 2.5 weeks and recorded them all. So that's it's 2 hours of two albums, and one is a double album, and then there's
Jesus.
like 8 singles And then they can have like 3 to 5 songs on the singles. After 5 songs, it's a mini album. I think six songs is a mini.
Yeah. Mini album thingy wingy.
Yeah, it can no longer be considered legally or
Yeah.
Within the industry as a single.
Yeah, so it's what I thought. You're sitting on just a plethora.
Well, it's all in
of-
the pipeline.
Yeah.
See,
That's why.
but that's just like my current work in progress. Like I'm just working on making the covers because
Yeah.
my Photoshop is quite buggy on my laptop.
So you're trying to keep up with artwork as opposed to keeping up with music. You've
Well,
got
you
so
know,
much.
I can work any which way conceptually. I can come up with a title for a song and write a song. I can make a cover and go, I gotta make something for this. It really doesn't matter for me.
You can,
So-
oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. Speaking of that creation process, you said do you create albums as like a whole cohesive listen, or do you take a song
Well,
from one session?
No,
maybe
no.
like
I just
this
try to
album?
write and not get in the way of my own writing. So
Yeah.
that can change. Like once I have it close enough to document the idea, I can go now. Hold on and tell my engineer or whoever. Right, I'm just like press record because I'm doing this now.
It's coming out.
And totally switch gears from jazz to like playing the 12 string and sounding like Buffalo Springfield and the Birds or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. See, like I'll switch from mini mood to harmonica.
Just as it's coming out.
It's just like, okay, here I'm doing this. This one's like Leonard Cohen, and I just nail them
Yeah.
as quick as possible, and just
Capture it. Wow.
well, yeah, just to be able to, because it's very ephemeral. See,
Yeah.
just and yeah, the whole goal is to get out of your own way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get.
I'm interested in conceptual art. See,
Yeah.
so that's the whole thing, is to conceive of things. It's not to perfect them.
Okay,
That's-
I want to talk about a song specific of how this song was conceived, if you don't mind. One of my favorite songs musically, never mind just from the BJM catalog.